fallen angels. I appreciate you all being here. If you aren't already subscribed, please subscribe. I'm trying to monetize myself. I'm this close, you know what I mean? Like my dick, baby dick, just kidding. But I'm real close to making it monetized, and I'd really appreciate if you subscribe. If you like it, hit like. If you don't like it, hit no, and tell me why you don't like it, and I'll try to fix it. But today's the Bozo Chronicle, and like I promised you guys, get back a little to the original format, and let me tell you the story. This is a crack files, you know, like the X Files. This is the crack files, another one of them, and this is the past, obviously. And I'm talking about this girl. I'm not gonna put her on complete blast, but she probably changed her life and got better. So I don't want to bring her past to haunt her on social media. But she's the same girl that I used to be in a hotel with, and you stuck at the peephole looking at it, and her being all naked and saying, I just want to do things. And I'm like, all right, let me just take another hit. I take a hit, give her a hit, and I say, 1 second. And I run right back to the peephole, and I'm looking to try to see who's out in the hallway. You know, that story. I already told the story in an earlier video. Same one. But I had snuck her into my house, you know, through my window. Wrong thing to do. I know that, but talking about the past, what's done is done. And we were smoking, and I told her to go meet this guy, you know, one of my pushes, you know. He was a bozo, straight lemon meringue pie, lemon squeeze, whatever you want to call him. Sold out my man, told on him, he got 10 years and shit, and that's my man. He was nice to everybody, it was a shame. God bless him, he's out, he's free, he's doing good. But that girl, same girl. So I sent her out. I live right across the street on an angle to 7-Eleven. I didn't want to meet the guy because I just didn't want to even see his fucking face. I might want to put hands on him, and just didn't want to see him. So I sent her with the money to go grab the shit and bring it back. Should have took 8 minutes at tops. It's like literally right there. I could see it from my driveway. And it took her almost an hour. So she had a habit of sucking dick for crack. You know what I mean? Like, she was one of those 99.999999999% of women that eventually sucked dick for crack. She was with a neighbor, you know. She was with this guy at a hotel a bunch of times, and I was going to drop off shit to the hotel to the guy. I wasn't. The girl I was with was driving it. I didn't know at the time, but she was there, and I didn't care because I was only with her to piss somebody off that was friends with her. But enough of the backstory, enough of the drip drab, time for the story. So she came back after apparently sucking them off for some hits and shit, and let her back in through the window, you know what I mean? And we took a hit, and this is years ago. I'm talking years ago. So I was getting them bell rings, you know what I mean? The shit I got gave me bell rings pretty much damn near every time. And I would get stuck. I'm talking about.
Got you stuck standing there like you at a stop sign waiting for it to turn green. What you
like staring at the mirror, at the window, just looking for the slightest shadow movements, just doing dumb shit, looking underneath my door, seeing if anybody was on the other side of my door, listening for the Bic lighter. You know, I had to eventually get a candle so I wasn't striking the Bic lighter, you know, so I could feel I'm incognito or putting some shade on my destructive behavior that I was doing. I put a sheet with thumbtacks over my window. Like, I did it all. I did everything a bozo that's geeked out and stuff to do. I've done it. That's what I used to do, you know, as far as the reactions and stuff. But so I got my bell ringer. I'm sure she got hers, because, you know, that's what I do. You know, when I used to get it, and, you know, all the way up until whenever, every time I get it, I'm not going to smoke in front of someone. I'm going to share, and it blows everybody's mind.
What? What the fuck?
Because crackheads don't share their stuff. That's the difference between a head and a smoker. You know what I mean? I don't let it change the way I am or change my morals or my pride or my dignity. I can sleep well at night. Once I can sleep on it, but I can sleep well at night, you know, being on it. So we're on our second hit, bell ringing, and then I dropped it off I had this big entertainment center right by my window with big TV, stereo system in it, and it fell off right there, you know, right by me. And I had me and her look for it because I couldn't see it. I couldn't find a goddamn thing. And I mean, I carpet grazed. And that's not one thing I do. Like when I would see carpet grazes, I would take like pieces of sheetrock and just start throwing it on the floor near where they were grazing and just laugh and say, have fun. And now they don't know what the hell they putting in they stamp because they still would be putting those pieces in there. So I'll get a laugh out of it, but I understand it though. You know, it's not making fun of someone. I was in that lifestyle, so I was making fun of myself by doing that as well. Like, you know, there you go, carpet graze, and let me screw it up for you. And I would piss them off, I piss people off. But I did the carpet grazing to look for my rock, because if you can see, the rock was about like that much left. There was only 2 hits each. Took it out of our fucking ram. And I couldn't find it. And there's not much places you can go. It just fell down off my TV stand that was that high, and it just fell right here. And I had nothing but carpet, and there wasn't much it could do. It could land, it could move. I looked under everything, searched everywhere. Then I started getting suspicious because not only do I have no respect for this girl sucks dick for crack, she's fucking around with my dealers, and she's a lowlife. At that time, like I said, she probably fixed the life and moved on, talking about the past. And I started getting, this feeling that she had something to do with it. Like maybe she did just find it and pocketed it, and she's not gonna open her mouth and she's gonna smoke it later. You know what I mean? When I'm sleeping or just save it for when I kick her out the window and tell her she gotta go. So I had to run your shit, you know, MOP style, yak that shit, chains off, all that shit. Just empty your pockets, let me go through your purse, blah, 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 blah. She didn't have it on her. I even had to do the panties, because having sex, I had to take the panties off shit. There was no problem, but I thought she had it hidden. I did not think she would put it up in there, because she ain't up or back there. She ain't up on that prison shit, you know what I mean? Like, that's where I'd be putting it if I wanted to hide it, go up in the boot.
Mercs, I reverse the earth, stick 'em in the back of the boot and baffle you.
We'd go up in the trunk, you know what I mean? But we couldn't find it. And she's swearing she couldn't find it. She was swearing to me she had nothing to do with it, and I'm accusing it all the time. And I said, you know what? I had another room connected to my room. It used to be my daughter's. My daughter wasn't there no more. But, I said, get the fuck in that room and just don't come out. Just go to bed. In the morning, you're out of here. You know what I mean? I don't want you here. You're out of here. So I left her in the room. She listened. It was kind of rude, but I told her she robbed me. I thought she got me. Not only did she suck this guy off and she's making me wait, she also just robbed me, so in my mind. So it pissed me off. So I had to sleep in there. I called it a night eventually and went to bed. Woke up, told her to get out, helped her out. She left. And I used to have this habit of cleaning my room. I loved cleaning my room. Put the stereo up, drink a 22 and blaze a half a blunt or whatever the case may be. I would just clean my room. So I'm cleaning my room, everything. I get to the floor, I'm vacuuming the floor, and I got my sneakers. And I go to move my sneakers, and it sounded like there was something in one of my sneakers. So I shook it. And there's something in my sneaker, and I'm like, it's a fucking rock, that like a pebble or something that got in my shoe when I was doing whatever I was doing during the day. So I dumped it up, and I was gonna vacuum it up or throw it in the garbage itself. And lo and behold, it's the fucking rock. The bitch had nothing to do with it. She didn't take nothing. What that thing did fell off my shelf, bounced into my shoe. That is literally the only place I did not look for the fucking rock. And lo and behold, now it's a new day. Now I'm by myself. Now I got basically the whole gram minus the 2 hits that that we took, and someone's got to smoke it. So shit, as far as I was concerned, that was gone yesterday. It was a write-off. So basically I found this for free. It's new. It's free drugs. I know it's not, I paid for it, but you guys understand who did drugs or do drugs. I just got free drugs. So I start smoking. Start going to town, cleaning my room, smoking like a motherfucker. I think I picked up more later on that day from my guy, but lo and behold, that's the Bozo Chronicle, and you can kind of say I was the Bozo in that one too, but she was the Bozo for sucking dick for crack. That's pretty sad. You know what I mean? Because your life wasn't at that level where you needed to do that to attain that. I had you covered, so like you were really wilding out for just for coke. You know what I mean? For the hard version of coke. Like. Pretty sad, but now I felt bad, of course, until I took the hit, but I felt bad for saying, get in that fucking room, don't say nothing to me, and you're out of here as soon as we wake up in the morning. You're out of my house, because she didn't do nothing. She was swearing that she did nothing, but in my mind, she did do it, because that leads you into fucking not trust people when you're dealing with that type of drug, because they all sink to some levels that I never will or did. So I couldn't trust everything or everybody, or even the words that were coming out of most people's mouth that might be in that circle of mine at that time that were involved with that drug. So not only is this a Bozo Chronicle and another Crack Files, it's a warning tale. Like, not everything is always what it seems, especially if your mind ain't right at the time, or the people you're dealing with aren't right as well. Slow down, take a step back, and really contemplate the issue and every aspect of the issue. Because I could have just simply moved the fucking shoe at last night, the night before, and found it, and everything would have been fine. Everything would have been fine for her. But I think it worked out anyway, because I wound up doing it all myself instead of sharing it, because I would share it. I would share my shit. It's not that deep, you know what I mean? So I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a very fast story. I promised the gentleman that's been asking, where's the Bozo Chronicle? Can we have one? I got you. Told you I'd give you one. I'm going to keep giving you some more. I just got to remember my old tales. It's the brain, the memory is a problem. And I'll never ever do a fake Bozo Chronicle or a fake tale or a fake story just because it sounds good and it fits in with my repertoire, like the stuff that I would do, so it's believable, just for clicks, views. I would never do that. Only real shit. That's why, like, I talk about the stuff where I lose the fight, the little bit of fights I have not won, the girls that I played myself in front of, and my prison life and drug life. Like, not many people admit they smoke crack. I would just sit there and fucking, I don't give a flying fuck. Like, a drug is a drug. Like, you could put your little pride that you only do Molly or Molly is methylene methamphetamine. So try to like say what's better and you won't acknowledge. Because when I had 6 grams of it, because we ran down on someone that was leaving the Yap Bank when we were in Riverhead, we got 6 grams, and I was the only one with a big bladder. So all the ones that were hardcore saying, yo, I would never touch that shit. Yo, these niggas right here, they do crack and blah, 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 blah. When we had the 6 grams, those were the people that came up to us and said, yo, when you go back in the tier 12, do you think I can maybe get a hit, 2 tops off you guys' blunt? Because we rolled it, we cracked the crack up the little, like coke almost, and mixed it with pencil shavings, and made a jelly paper. you know, which is like blunt paper out of a brown paper bag. Like, you know, that's just how you do it. And we're just smoking it, and we're getting wired out. We had 6 grams. Every 15 minutes after SEALs do their punch, I'm getting called down because you know I'm running now. Once we're done, I'm running up to my room, my cell. I had a single cell. And since I was the only one with a lighter after SEALs do their punch, I'm hearing John on the ground, you know, on the first floor, because I was on the second floor corner. I'd be like, you know, with the jaws moving and shit, and I'd be like, come on. And I'd be like, alright, you know, and he smoked all fucking day. But that's the Bozo Chronicle. Hope you guys like it. I love my fallen angels, love you all, and I love the fucking support you guys have been giving me and my fiance. And I hope you guys hit subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, hit a like, and you'll hear from me again soon. Hope you guys have a great day.